as we progress into different seasons of life, one thing that we have to do is to be able to discern time wasters. In one season, what you may think is not a waste of time may be completely distracting you in another season as you go from level to level and dimension to dimension. There are different things that are there to suck and drain your time. And so, a leading cause of procrastination for people who are hardworking, people who are dedicated, they're focused, they really seem to be undistracted in their work, is actually being ineffective. We can try really hard but be ineffective at what we're trying to do, and we can be wasting a whole bunch of time doing something an old way, a familiar way, a way that makes sense to us, but in a way that's not getting the results that's necessary to get the job done. So we have to really discern when we're being ineffective and when we're not being as fruitful as we could. Also understand this: you can have a level of productivity, a level of effectiveness, and a level of fruit, but you can still be operating in a manner that is ineffective. I used to work for this organization with, offices in multiple offices actually in all 50 states. And if they would have started their organization in 2019, they wouldn't be able to thrive. The reason that they have been successful or are remaining alive is because of the old money that they have for being, alive. And they started, decades and decades ago. So they have all of that to carry them over. But they're not effective enough to produce the optimum level of fruit in this age because they're unwilling to change the way they're doing things. And so I believe there are a lot of believers who are working on things that God has given them, but they're unwilling to change their methods, their habits, and their routines to be more effective. So you can have a level of fruit and still be underperforming. And so God really wants to deal with underperformance in this season. So we have to reflect. We have to look at how we're doing things. We have to evaluate how we're doing things. We can't just be excited that we did something and something is coming from what we're doing. We really have to examine ourselves, examine our systems, and examine our processes to see what we can do better. So the moral of the story today is, if it's broken, fix it. If you can do it better, do it better. Don't stay stuck in an old routine just because it's familiar or it's comfortable. And a common sign that you need to change something in your life is where you're trying to progress to a different place. You've been trying the same thing for a long time. It's not working, and your mindset is this is the only way that this can be done. You'll waste time if you recognize that doing something isn't working and you've done it over and over and over and over again. That's a sign that you now need to begin to do something else. And it may be that your vision has been exhausted. Your understanding has been exhausted. So in your mind, this is the best way I can manage my time. In your mind, this is the best that I can do with this. There's nothing else that I can do. This problem is impossible to solve because this is the best that there is. If that is you, that means you need to get some other eyes on what you're doing. Get somebody to help you. Get someone to, brainstorm with. Talk to somebody, because don't be limited by your blind spots. When there are people available to help give you clarity and guidance. So the moral of the story again is, they say if it's not broke, don't fix it. But a lot of us, we are doing things that is broken and they need to be fixed. And sometimes we don't want to really think about how to fix them, or we don't know how to. And so we have to go get the extra help. So let's not keep repeating the same routines, the same habits, the same methods, and getting the same results. If you are stuck in the same place, it's time to do something different. So that's how you master your minute, by changing, by doing something different. So let's master our minute so that we can manage our destiny.